Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. Gonna ring some bells here. They may be a little loud, so you may want to turn your volume down if you're sensitive. Uh, if it resonates, feel free to like or comment. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. I'm in one of those, almost reminds me of one of those like hypnotizing spinners, the black and white type thing. But it was more or less a vortex, and I'm traveling down like a tube shaped cylinder, if we will, and it's kind of going all over the place. It reminds me of an experience I had a long time ago, and I'll go off that experience. I had a spiritual or extraterrestrial uh, visitor once that spooked me because I was unaware of their presence, and when I yelled, because like it startled me, it disappeared then. So I was like, well, I'm going to find out who the hell that was. And I went into meditation and I chased it down. Well, I think I said I chased it down. I just wanted to go to wherever it was and see who it was. And I went the same way. And I got to this space and it was very pronounced of like, you do not belong here. And I got pushed away, like back down that tube. There was another individual there, like me, that went there as well. It was obviously uh, an entity or energy that wasn't uh, for my best benefit, we'll say. After I got pushed down the tube, I ended up normally where I would recover and reflect, so a good space. So we're looking at, we'll just talk about visitors. We'll go that direction. Maybe we're having some spiritual experiences, and are they bad or are they good? The way that that one appeared would have appeared good as the world, or at least uh, the Western world would describe as good, and it wasn't. And then we've had it, obviously, uh, me personally, I've had ones that we would have deemed as bad, and they were, or appeared as bad, and they were actually good. So if we're experiencing things like this, uh, obviously we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know unless I went there like I did and dug into it. Sure, we can have things that appear very good, like a false light, and it is not, while others cannot be. Signs and synchronicities, what kind of experiences are we having? Are we seeing these things? And how are they appearing? Uh, Truly, the best way to go off of it is our thoughts. Let's pay attention to our thoughts. Sure, if we're seeing things, I'm sure we're having many other spiritual experiences like signs and synchronicities and whatnot. When we have these confirmations or these thoughts, I'm sorry, confirmations or experiences, signs, synchronicities, what were we thinking right before they happened or as they were happening? Can be a good sign of like, hey, if we started to think something that we know puts us in a tizzy and it showed up to kind of say, hey, maybe we should let go of that, or maybe we shouldn't think about that self, or negative self-talk, or any of those things. Or maybe we thought about doing something and then we immediately got scared or afraid to because we were afraid of failure or something drastic happening. Well, maybe it was there as a push or a helping hand to help us. What is really going on here? The Chariot reversed, impulsive acts, uh, intuition in general, making decisions. Uh, I wish everything that we received was good, but when we think about it, there are some other individuals that don't want us to have the best experience. And we can look at, hey, my intuition told me to do this and it's really crazy, so I'm going to do it, or I'm going to go out on this limb and do it. When really, hey, it was somebody else that doesn't have the best interest for us. That's a tough one to balance because we're getting information and we think, well, if I'm scared of it, I'm supposed to run towards it or do this, when really we could be detrimental to our well-being, our experience, and what's truly safe here in this space, like financial aspects or quitting our job. A lot of these things can play on both sides, and it's really hard to tell which is which until we really get this good stamina and boundary thing inside of us. Our discernment, our own intuition. We may see our intuition as others coming in and saying things. It is not always as it appears. Like I said, that spirit at that time gave the image of good, but it was not. Like, this is how cults and things happen, and heavy manipulation, and people get taken advantage of in a lot of different ways. And it's a shame, but it's a presentation with an alternative motive. Like, do you imagine how many people online here probably present, not all of them, but I know there's probably more than a handful that present themselves a certain way when really they are up to no good, pure manipulation, hook and dagger type of thing, and sucking your energy out. But they say all the right things and they look all the right ways. No different than a cult leader. Magician. Manifesting. Yeah, sure, this could be us, but it came through as others, something else. And there comes a time when you get your spiritual abilities online and we start doing things with it. And there comes a time when it is for the greater of good or pure self-fulfillment. And in the beginning we were talking about other entities and energies, spirits, however we want to look at it. You don't think they're still in the game? They're not just in other spaces. They're doing things too. That's who a lot of people talk to and stuff. They are still heavily involved in aspects. Just because we call on archangels for protection and stuff doesn't mean that there's not other fucking individuals out there or entities that are the opposite, that can cloak themselves or appear certain ways and make us feel safe, or just even people that crossed over that are still stuck in that limbo. This is all real, and we really have to get this discernment when these things come online. We need to start, even if we feel like it's a push to do something that's out of our comfort zone and it's kind of towards something that we really want to experience, let's check in with ourselves. Like, if we think it's a bad idea, it's going to put us in a really bad spot, let's be cautious about that. Let's really think that through. And sure, doing that can totally talk us out of doing something crazy that we might want to do or we should be doing, or propelling us towards something like a dream, and it's going to get us out of our comfort zone. But let's check in with ourselves. If we know that we're having these experiences and we're really experiencing things that we can see and hear, or confirmations, take our time. There's no rush on this shit in life in general. Let's not put ourselves in a bad situation or fucking embody something that doesn't belong in our space. Seven of Swords reversed. Consequences. Consequences of our actions, our decisions. Maybe we thought we were talking to someone or something that had our best future in mind, and we believed it, and we went down that path, and it put us in hardship of some sort, or it was a mistake. We lost something that was dear to us. Maybe we want to blame them. And if it was a negative aspect, they'd just be laughing and be like, "Oh, you did it. I brought it up. You did it." It's kind of like that friend, when we were kids or something, and told you to do something that was bad, and then no one else has accountability because they didn't want to do it, so they got you to do it, type of thing. I often think sometimes, depending on who it is, it's like, well, I never saw that done, like say in a spirit aspect, an energy, an entity. Like, well, I never saw that done, so I'll get this schmuck to do it. And then they watch, and then they laugh about it. You know, you really got to be, yeah, it's cool. Look, I can talk to the spirits, and they do this or that, or they tell me this and that. It's like, yeah, but let's take some responsibility. What's it going to look like on your side of things? Same things with that I mentioned before about that really coming into this space and uh, the consequences of what you do, what you're capable of. Everybody's different, and how that's going to reflect. Like, I know people do certain stuff with entities and uh, deities, gods, goddesses, whomever, but my biggest concern was just like, hey, don't sign yourself over to something, or how should I say this better? If you like request something, at least this is my belief. If we're requesting something from these entities or energies or gods, goddesses, deities, and something doesn't work out, like there's like if I'm giving something, if I'm requesting something, and then they're going to receive something in return, if it doesn't work out, they don't get that. Well, they got to come for you. They got to get it somewhere, and it's like a death sentence, you know. I'm more or less talking about people doing negative things, of course, but if we're promising something, we're putting something online as collateral, and they don't get it, they're gonna have to get it from somewhere, and it's you. Hangman reversed, resistance. Seeing that hey, not everybody's on our side, not everybody's of this light, as a lot of people say. It is easiest way to explain it is I would assume the majority of people have probably experienced someone that is manipulative in their walking life, okay? And they probably wore a mask. They probably presented themselves a certain way, and you probably got taken advantage of somehow. You'd think it stops there, you know, it's much bigger than that. And when these things come in, we think, oh, it's all for us, it's all for me. I'll tell you right now, it's not. It's not. And uh, I used to do this experiment that on lottery tickets, and I'd be like, okay, well, tell me which one it is, and I called on to it then, because if I lost, I'd be like, okay, well, I felt this way before I picked that one, and I noticed, okay, there was two different energies there. One that I felt a certain way I would win, like when it came, I was like, I'd ask, I was like, which one, and I'd pick that one, and if when I lost, I noticed it was a different energy. So then I started paying attention. And I was like, okay, so yeah, not everybody is on our side. That's when I started to dig a little deeper into feeling these nudges. Something new comes along, we don't know what it is. Can't just grab a hold of it and be like, oh, it's the new angel that's here to protect us. Well, maybe it's not. Knight of Wands reversed. Fleeting interests. When we really start to experience these things, that's what I mean. It's like, yes, everything is spiritual and has these energetic signatures to them. And when they come in, we want to grab a hold of it, and we want it to be for us. We want it to be special, and we're the only thing there, and somebody cares about us. But uh, this is going into like I said, everything is spiritual, but what I'm going to say is going to be taken the wrong way. I already know it. But it's like not everything is for us, is what I'm trying, is like the baseline of the comment, but it is, but it's the way we take it. And we want it to all be fucking roses and rainbows, but it's not. You know, we could have a great guide or angel or whoever we think is on the other side there. It's rooting for us. And the truth is the truth. And sometimes they are going to show us something that is negative, that's going to upset us. That's the truth, something we don't want to see. That, hey, maybe we made a bad decision, or this wasn't for us, or that person wasn't for us. And guess what? Inside, we're not going to want to believe that, because we want what we want, and our emotion is guiding this. Our desire for it is guiding this. and they'll come in and they'll show it, and we're like, no, that one, not for me. Oh, there's a feather. Oh, so much better now. You know what I'm trying to say here? So it's really, we can't just be up there in the clouds. We gotta be stable. We gotta be grounded. We got to be in control of ourselves, make our own decisions that that are true to us. Not staying in comfort all the time. That's too many. But you know what I'm saying, hopefully. Ten of Swords reversed. Recovery. Uh, maybe we made bad decisions. Maybe we made one. Maybe we were doing stuff and we didn't know. And now we learned. Uh, maybe we were just coming into the truth. Maybe we were living a bit of a lie thinking, hey, this spirit or this entity was here for me, and it really wasn't. It's a bit heartbreaking. It's kind of, man, I got duped. I got screwed over. Or I made a deal and I got to pay the price now, kind of thing. Uh, hey, we learn. It's the whole point of things. We learn. We experience things. Otherwise, we wouldn't learn. We wouldn't know. Uh, it's just, I felt like I say a few times, but just coming back to here, we need to know who we are and what's really going on. We gotta be aware of our wounds or our traumas, our insecurities. See how things are played off. See if they're just gonna uh, uh, lift those up on a pedestal and take care of them and make them go away. No, like we got to deal with that. We got to be aware of these things. Take all those things into consideration. All of our insecurities, all of our wounds, all of our traumas, all of our negative self-talk. Take all that shit. When stuff comes in, we have to be like an analyst and analyze everything to truly see what is the message or what is true, because we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be open. Otherwise, if everything's just uh, covering that up like it doesn't belong, it's not here, I don't have that problem, I don't struggle with that, that's not real. uh, it's not a really honest message, is it? It's just being what we want. I mean, it's being what we want it to be. We're covering it up, we are making it go away, we're not dealing with it, and it's like a rescuing experience. It's placating, it's not helping us move forward. So I'm going to leave this here. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, or subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.